For today's video, we're going to be doing a walkthrough of the new Blockbuster Quest line, but before we get into the quest, I did want to quickly go over some new tips and features. Since the last patch, they made some changes to a couple of the gadgets, one being the hover turret. It now has an increased rate of fire, and with it being able to shoot a lot quicker, it's a lot more lethal. They also made some changes to the teleporter gadget. Not only can you throw your grenades through the teleporter playing as a soldier, but you can also throw your plasma grenades through the teleporter playing as a constructor. Husk will no longer get teleported when they walk through it, and you can also shoot through the teleporter as well. And I'll leave a link to where I found out how to do this in the description below if you want to go check it out. But since the last patch, you can now shoot through the teleporter using noble launchers. And if you line the teleporters up facing each other, and then shoot your noble launcher into one of the teleporters, it'll continue going back and forth, allowing it to deal more damage. And I'll go ahead and show a couple of examples of me using this teleporter trick against level 100 smashers and Husk. And the way that you line them up to make them face each other is you go ahead and place down your teleporter, and then you pick one of the teleporters up, and while you're holding it, you want to press the same button you use to aim down sights, and that's going to change the direction that your teleporter's facing. And you're going to want these two arrows to point directly to the other teleporter. And then once it's lined up and facing the other teleporter, you want to do the same thing with the other one. And when it comes to shooting noble launchers into the teleporter, you're going to want to try to keep it level, because if you aim too far up or too far down, then it'll cause your rocket to go up or down. So you want to try to keep it level when you're shooting it into the teleporter. That way it can keep going back and forth between the two. You're going to want to also keep the teleporters somewhat close together. That'll make them more effective. And the last thing I wanted to point out is when you unlock the final upgrade for the teleporter, it's going to allow enemy projectiles to go through it, like lobber skulls and pitcher bones. So yeah, let me know what you think about the new teleporter. I feel like it's a good way to do more damage when it comes to smashers or mini bosses. It seems like it could also be useful when it comes to tunnels as well. And again, I'll leave a link to where I found this in the description if you want to go check it out. Now the next tip I want to go over is how you can farm gold during this Blockbuster event. Obviously you're going to get gold whenever you complete a mission, and you're also going to get 50 gold whenever you kill an epic mini boss. But the best way to farm gold is to use the same method we use to farm storm shield defenses. Because every time you do a storm shield defense, you get mini llamas, and mini llamas now give gold. And for those who didn't see the previous video, the way you farm defenses is to go to stone wood and then select play with others. And once you've selected that, you want to go to custom, make sure it's between power levels 1 and 3. And once you've selected that, you can go ahead and launch it. And it won't put you into a storm shield defense every time, but as right now, this is the best way to farm storm shield defenses. And it takes somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes to complete the defense. And I'll go ahead and show you how much gold that I got every time I completed it. So most of the time I got 2 mini llamas when I completed these defenses. And you sort of get different amounts every time. Sometimes you'll get 30, sometimes you'll get 50. If it ends up turning into like a silver mini llama, you may get like 110 or 130 gold. So you can get up to like 200 gold every 10 minutes. And that's currently the best way to farm gold. And speaking of gold, it'll no longer reset. Instead, it's going to be kept at 5,000, so try to spend it before you get to 5,000, because once you get to the cap, you'll no longer be able to earn any more. The amount of alert missions you can do every day has increased during this event. You can do a total of 10 mini boss mission alerts, and that's going to allow you to earn more alert rewards. So be sure to check out Storm Shield 1 because you can earn a lot of Vbucks and legendaries every day. Another thing I should probably point out is that when enemies are killed, they're going to have a chance to drop loot. And that includes mini husk, regular husk, husky husk, lobbers, and mist monsters. They'll have increased chances of dropping loot if it's a patrolling enemy. And the larger and tougher enemies like mist monsters are going to drop more items and better crafting ingredients. Also, mini bosses can drop caches. Schematic caches will come in 3 rarities: rare, epic, and legendary. And evolution material caches contain storm evolution materials like pure drops of rain, lightning in a bottle, and storm shards. The mini boss will drop 1 cache for every player who participated in killing the mini boss. So try to at least shoot the mini boss so you can get a cache. and you'll be able to open that cache at the end of the mission. And that sums up all of the tips that I have in regards to this last patch. If you know of any good ones that I didn't mention, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Anyways, next up, I'm going to go ahead and do a walkthrough of the new Blockbuster Quests. And there's a total of 6 new quests. The first one's called It Came From Space, and the reward for this is 250 Blockbuster tickets. And all you have to do for this one is collect 11 meteorite shards. I believe this can be done on any mission, and it took me 2 missions to complete it. But yeah, just explore the map till you see these yellow exclamation marks appear, and that's how I completed this first one. The second Blockbuster quest is called Space Rocks, and for this one you're going to have to deploy and defend scanners, and the reward is 100 Vbucks. In order to complete this one, you're going to have to go to the new zone called Investigate the Crater, and once you go there you'll see a new mission that's called Scan the Comet. And all you have to do for this one is locate the crater and then deploy the different scanners that are located around the crater. And once you deploy all scanners, you'll then be given some time to build around the scanners, and once the time runs out you'll have to defend it for about 5 minutes. And this is the same quest that's on the new map, probably one of the coolest looking maps that I've seen so far. The third quest is called Super Flyers, and for this one you're going to have to launch 11 flyers, and the reward is 250 Blockbuster tickets. And I believe this is another quest that took me a couple of missions to complete it, but all you have to do for this one is explore the map till you see the yellow exclamation marks, and at each of those yellow exclamation marks you'll see these little yellow highlighted launchers, and once you interact with those it'll launch the flyers. And again, you have to launch a total of 11 of them. The fourth quest is called The Powers That Be, and for this one you're going to have to kill Beehive Husk and collect 15 bees, and the reward is 100 Vbucks. And all you have to do for this one is kill the Beehive Husk. Not all of them are going to drop bees. I'd say probably half of them drop bees, and you can complete this one on any mission. I noticed one easy way to complete this quest is to go up to an encampment and wait till the enemy spawn in, kill any Beehive Husk that you see, run away so the encampment resets, then come back and make the husk spawn in again. And if there's any Beehive Husks, take them out and see if they drop any bees, and just keep doing that over and over. Or you can just do a couple of missions and kill Beehive Husks that way. It's kind of up to you. The fifth quest is called Sometimes They Come Back, and for this one you're gonna have to kill and collect 5 Chrome Husk data. And the way I selected the mission for this quest was I went over the quest on the quest tab, and in the bottom right you'll see an option that says play. And every time I did it that way, it threw me into a mission where there was a Chrome Husk. Now the way that I was able to kill them was I used either a water or a fire weapon. I'm not sure if it changes with different missions, but that's how I was able to kill them. If you're not using a water or a fire weapon, then it'll just down him and he'll end up getting back up. So in order to kill him, you're going to want to use either a water or a fire weapon.
Bad news, tin cans. The results are in. Use fire and ice weapons to take out the Chrome Husks.
But yeah, that's how you kill the Chrome Husk. And the final quest is called Ray of Hope. And for this one, you're going to have to deploy 4 lights. And the reward for this one is the choice between a legendary Crossbow schematic, Bald Eagle schematic, or a Silent Spectre schematic. And the one that I chose was the Silent Spectre because I already have a Bald Eagle and a pretty decent crossbow called the Heartbreaker. So that's why I chose the Silent Spectre. And I don't believe it really matters which mission you do, but I did this one on a Rescue the Survivors mission. And all you have to do is explore the map till you see the yellow exclamation marks. And once you go up to the yellow exclamation marks, you'll see this little light that you'll have to interact with. And again, you'll have to turn on a total of 4 lights. And I was able to complete this within just 1 mission. And that sums up all of the Blockbuster Quest, as well as the new tips and features since the last patch. Again, if there's any good ones that I didn't mention, be sure to let us know in the comments below. I hope y'all found the video useful, and thanks for watching.